Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you 10 ideas for bullet journaling. So I think that you'll be able to take at least one from this list. So make sure to stay tuned. Also, if you're not subscribed to my channel, make sure to hit that red button down below. Don't forget to comment whether it relates to this video or not. And don't forget to give this video a like if you liked it. So let's get started. Alright guys, so this first one is going to be the key, and this is the part of your journal that you probably should start with besides the index, and it helps you to be able to organize what you're going to do, and it helps you just to organize your thoughts almost when you're writing them down so that you can tell what needs to be done immediately compared to what can be done tomorrow or even next week. So as you can see, I'm using washi tape to separate my ideas. You can do that too, so feel free to do that if you have any. And the next thing I'm going to be doing is a calendar for September. Of course, it is September. I know it's the end, but I needed to use this month. I don't know why I actually needed to, but I did. So that's what we're going with. I wrote down September. It's 2018, so I just did that in a fancy font. And then below this, I'm drawing a nice rectangle so that we are able to include all of our information from Sunday to Saturday. So right now I'm just writing down the days, and then I'm going to fill in the dates with the numbers, and then you guys can customize it however you want, whatever works for you. And I just had some extra space, so I included a notes section right now. I am just dividing the calendar into little squares so that I will have enough room for the days. But yeah, it looks like I'm done. So I'm just going to fill in the extra space with some lines, which makes it look a little bit more fancy, so you guys can take that idea as well. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a weekly layout instead of a calendar layout for this one. It's just a little bit more precise, and you have more room to write down exactly what you need to do this week. So you just have more space to lay out your thoughts, and this also helps you be less stressed because you don't have to keep all of that information in your brain. So feel free to do this even on a piece of paper for school. I know a lot of you probably have planners, but if you don't carry one, you can even just carry an index card or something like that throughout the day with you. But basically this page is just helping me to organize my thoughts for this week and my homework and other stuff like that. So I'm just decorating on the side. You guys can feel free to do that too. It's a really nice way to jazz up your notebook a little bit, and you can customize it to whatever you want to because it's your book and you're the only one who's going to be seeing it unless you share it with other people. So alright, the next thing we're going to be doing is going to be usernames and passwords. So I find this page extremely helpful just because sometimes I don't have access to my notes in my phone, and this way it's just written all out on paper. And so you can write down all your passwords here, and you can trust them to be safe because they're not on the internet or anything like that. So I use this a lot, and I look on it a lot. So I did Snapchat, then PowerSchool, which is for your grades, then Pinterest, and then Twitter, and then we did Instagram. But those are just random ones, but you guys can do whatever your passwords are, whatever helps. So feel free to do that. And then I'm using washi tape again to decorate and also divide the page so that I have room to do my borders and headlines. Alright, the next thing is the borders and headlines, like I just said, and these are the banner ideas. So what I did a cloud and I did a little flag. Feel free to take any of these ideas because I'm just laying them all out for you as well as myself so that I have different ideas in the future just to make my notebook look a little bit more, I don't know, fancy. I've already used that word a bunch of times, but we're just going to go with it. So I used all of these in the past before, and they're really helpful to just have a page to look at just in case you're a little bit stuck and you don't know what to do. So that's pretty much it for the banner ideas, and the next thing we're going to be moving on to is birthdays. So this is just really helpful because you don't have to put it all in your calendar, and you can kind of just look at it on one sheet. So we have all the months, and they're in a circle, which we'll show in just a bit. So I used a washi tape to trace the inside of my circle because I cannot draw a perfect circle for the life of me. So that's what we used, and then I kind of just free-handed the outside, just like using what was the inside and the same distance all around. So I did that, and then I split it up by the months, and then I labeled each of them. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is, right now I am taking some colored pencils and I'm just coloring them because this page was starting to look a little bland, and so I'm just adding some pops of color. Also, you will see me right now, I'm adding some names just for examples, so that you guys can see kind of how to use this table or diagram, whatever you want to call it. So it's just really handy because you can see it all on one page, like I said before, and feel free to color it any way you want. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a mood board, and since it is September, I'm going to be drawing a leaf, and then splitting it up into all the days of the month, as many as there are days. I'm going to make as many sections. So the next thing I do after that is I'm going to make different colors for each emotion, and then during the month you can fill out each section how you're feeling that day the strongest. You can actually look at what you were most feeling, so that you can do some self-improvement if you need to or anything like that. So it just gives you an overall view. The next thing I thought that was handy was a packing list, and this is especially useful for when you have to go on a long trip or even a short trip like a sleepover. It just helps you to put all your stuff down so that you don't forget anything, which is definitely a struggle when it comes to packing. I know I forget a lot of stuff, so it's definitely useful for me to write my stuff down. One of the last things that I thought of was a money spending tracker. This is the second to last idea, but I just wanted to include this one just because it was so useful to me when I've used it in the past. Just making sure that you're spending a good amount of money and that you don't feel guilty almost writing down what you bought. So it just keeps you almost true to yourself, but also able to keep track of what you spend your money on, because comment down below if you've also had one of these moments where you're trying to think like, where did all your money go, because you thought you had like $40 one day and then you ended up with like, I don't know, $7. So sometimes I have those moments and I just forget where I spent it. So this definitely was useful to me just because it helped me to see what I value the most. Alright, so I know you guys already read the title of this one, but it is a habit tracker. These are just so helpful to see how often you are actually fulfilling what you think you're doing, and it just helps to show exactly what you're staying up to date with. And as you're reading right now, try to stay up to date with it, but you have to keep in mind you're the only one who sees it, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Alright guys, that concludes this video. Thank you so much for watching, and if you haven't tried bullet journaling, you seriously should. I love it so much, and I know sometimes it's not perfect and that you stop for a while, and sometimes you do it for like 2 hours straight and then you don't do it for another 2 months, but that's fine as long as you're having fun and it's helping you stay organized. That's all that it is about. It's not like you're turning it in for a grade or anything like that, so just keep that in mind. And I guess that's it. So I guess I will see you in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching again, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you really enjoyed at least one of those ideas. I hope that you're going to use them, and even if you don't, that's okay. If you guys want to see anything more like this, just let me know down in the comments below. Oh wow, I said that weird. I will see you all next time. Bye.